deal? What's the deal, everybody? How's the Zoom? How's the YouTube? You guys hear me? Give me a hell yeah. And you guys can... Hey, what up,
Roger
Bowser?
that.
Awesome. 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 Hold on. Paul. What's the deal, Paul? All right, you guys, if you want, you can unmute. You can open up your cams. And loud and clear, Dan. Appreciate you.
What's the deal?
What's the deal? How are you doing? Who's a Sun Assassin? There you go.
I am good. It's been 2 or 3 weeks since the last time.
Really? You weren't here
For
last
me.
week? Oh.
Yeah.
All right, well, welcome back. What happened? You're in school or something?
No, I just my sleep schedule was like all messed up and stuff.
See,
so
that's,
it was
that's the same thing with me.
Yeah, like my sleeping pattern was like I sleep after your stream till dawn streams, and then now the last 2 weeks I slept at like 11 p.m. I just had to sleep through your stream.
Oh, what time is it there?
Right now, 2 a.m.
Oof.
and 12 minutes.
Yeah, after the stream I go to sleep until downstream too.
Yeah.
Well, actually today I'm not. Today I have to go out somewhere at like 10:30. Fucking Sunday, I gotta go somewhere. Hey, Jonasio, 420 for the boy. Appreciate you. Well, always with the 420. Thank you. Appreciate you. And in honor of that, I'm just gonna have a little.
Do any of you guys have a hard time trading, working a full-time job?
Well, I was trading and working and running 2 businesses full time. But
Wow.
but you get around it. At some point, you know what? You can make this a hobby, and just do it whenever you get a chance to until it starts clicking. Honestly,
See, my problem is the time frame it falls in. I work a full-time job, but my actual hours is 6 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. So that completely knocks me out for New York. So I can come on during Asian, of course. You know, if you notice, that's
Yeah,
where I'm
but
always at.
the point
I can only
is,
stay there for a couple hours.
but you're not trying to replace your salary in Asian. You're really trying to get the knowledge, get your reps in, right? Just get the value in, so this way eventually you can replace your job with the New York session, and not have to do Asian at all. Right? Just once you're good enough to replace New York with your job, then
I woke up. I mean, I still wake up, but I wake up a little later now because but I traded the London session for about a year. I used to wake up at 2 a.m. and then just come home from work, take a nap, and then spend some time with the family.
yeah, it's not an easy thing to do, to like juggle all this shit. That's for sure.
Now I've been leaning towards like the end of London, I let London do their manipulation move, and then I catch like the in between London and New York. You could usually catch a nice move. Then I just watch my position at work if it lasts that long.
But I mean, I see a lot of yous on the New York session, right? So most of you have a chance to get the New York session in.
Yeah, I do a lot of driving, so I could just watch and trade and still do things.
Yeah, I just there's not as much value, I guess, in driving. I think you should be on the charts and actually marking them up.
Yeah, definitely.
And then getting
That's why
ready for
I've been
positions.
trading less. Yeah,
everything should
I
be
trade a
done.
lot less at New York. Cause sucks on my phone.
I would never trade on my phone when I just started. Honestly, it's like a recent thing for me, because I don't know, just I see things differently now.
I do the same thing. I'll try to force myself to not go on the phone because I just feel like it's a bit more like when you know what you're doing, that's cool. But you don't really learn a great deal from it because you don't get to see the same shit.
If you're not good at it yet, I guess, let's say, like, if you don't know what you're doing, I mean, you know what you're doing, but you're not really successful, you're still learning, jump into the phone, it's gonna set you back.
I feel like it kind of gets some people in the wrong mindset as well. Like they just feel like, oh look, I could do everything from my phone, and that's all I need.
You're setting yourself up for failure. Like, it might work for some people, but overall, let's talk about, like, you know, the majority of the people.
Here's the thing: if you can fuck up a text message, you definitely can mess up a buy or sell button. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
On the computer as well. We'll do that plenty of times.
You guys don't mind if I finish smoking right now, right? Because I haven't really been able to smoke.
What, we're about to hear a big bong bubbling up.
No, I'm hitting the little mini pipe I have over here. Not gonna do all that long shit.
Yeah, you really gotta know some things to use the phone. You know, I mean, I have 2 phones, and I still look at things, but yeah, you gotta use the phone for a while to get adapted to it. Like, I've traded 100 demo accounts on my phone and probably 3 funded accounts on my phone.
Wow.
But I have a Galaxy Z Fold, so it's a little bigger. And then I have another phone too, so I have 2 phones. Right.
That screen have a crease in it? How does that work?
It just folds open. You don't see the crease when you fold it open.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, except for
it opens
screen.
up and looks like a pad.
Yeah, it opens up. It's like I don't know, 6x4, 6x5 inches. Yeah, when it's open. But then you can close it and use it closed, like a regular phone. You know.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds pretty dope. Technology, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Could you imagine even having a mobile, like a smartphone, back in the day, and now you've got one that folds up in half with a screen that just folds out like that?
Did you guys see that video? You guys seen the video where the kid's describing, like, yo, imagine there was like a phone in the house that just connected in the middle of the house that everybody could use, and the guy's like, yo, you describing a house phone. Kid thought he had a fucking bright idea, and he yo, that's a house phone. We used to have those.
And gone.
Man, I go all the way back to the dials where you had to take and run that wheel all the way around to make the phone call.
Yeah, I had the dial up. I still have one of those just rolled up, antique.
But it sucked when you got to the last number and messed up and had to start over again.
Right.
You gotta fucking click that shit till it beeps and then. All right. I thought I was the man when I got a pager.
Right, I remember pagers. I still my first cell phone was the Nextel
Oh
analog.
man,
it was the folded Nextel analog. Remember that one with the yellow with the orange fucking screen? Yes, that was my first cell phone.
Those Nextels were wild because I remember sitting in class.
Yeah,
and
Motorola.
You couldn't mute those things, right? It's either on or just,
the bleeps.
The chirp. We used to call them the chirp. The brr.
Yeah, that's
true. And yo, people used to chirp you while you're sitting in class. I remember sitting in class and my boys are like, "Come out, bitch boy, the weed is lit." And the entire fucking class hears this shit through the phone. The teacher looks at you like, "Bitch boy, okay." You're like, all right, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna walk out. Just leave the class.
I still remember my pager number, bro. Like, I had the only pager number. It was 321-6800. Like, I still remember that. I used to
dial that up.
Yeah.
Right now.
Using it.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got going on. I don't think we missed much. So the daily's bearish. We closed last week and we filled a range on the daily, but we have a lot more to go, right? The range on the daily is down 1982. Might be looking there for the week, right? 1982 areas. So we're gonna look on the weekly. We're gonna look to come down to 89. See if we can find support there, and then come back up. But you see this? You see how we top out at the same area at around 2070s? I think we might be coming down like the market has done previously. Like it's having a really hard time overall
Yeah.
breaking 2070. Like look at this. This is the
Yeah,
Good
it's
thing
weekly.
though, so we're not wasting a week up in
So look what it's done
the
every
all-time
time it
highs.
rejected. It's just fucking all the way down. Like if you guys swing
Yeah.
trade, you can try a really nice swing trade here on a small lot to wait for like 1780, right? But this
Dude,
is gonna be like
I know this chick. I know this chick. She grabbed it at what, 44, 45? She grabbed it. Yeah.
it's gonna
swing
be
trade.
it's gonna be like months of waiting though. Like look, every single candle here is a week, so you're looking maybe like half a year.
Wow.
You're looking for like
Wow.
a half a year swing here. Yeah, this is, look at this. This is, when was this? This is February 22nd until September. So this is 7 months of coming down
Damn.
previously. This one over here is even longer. This one fucking took a year to come down. Anyway, let's get rid of it. It's irrelevant to what we're doing, but it's just interesting if you pay attention overall to prices and where gold's at. I know where gold's at like in my sleep. Like, people ask me what's the price of gold. Like, last week I was all 2020, 2021.
That's why I like doing 2 sessions, because you never really forget. You do like a little bit, but you don't always forget exactly where you were at.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know, for me, it's also like the morning session I mark up, the Asian session I mark up, and like
Yeah,
a
and
lot
then
of
in the
people
morning
don't
just
even mark
tune it
up.
up a bit.
People hit me up. They're like, "Yo, honestly, I don't even mark up my charts. I just wait till you do it, and I put it on my screen." It's like, what kind of sense does that make? Just mark it up before I do it this way you can match it up. Yeah, people talk.
You know, between Asian and New York, normally you can use pretty similar levels, can't you? Well, not obviously not all the time, but
Well, because
quite a lot of the time they play
a
out.
lot of times
still.
you'll range through Asian, so the levels are still valid because they were never broken until London and New York. So that's why I think. All right, 4 hours bearish as well. We're gonna look to come down 2,000 areas. 1 hour. Ooh, previous 1 hour closed at support, and it doesn't have a top wick. Oh. Interesting. So we're still bearish. I was thinking this 1 hour was going to make a top wick for this, so I was expecting to come above 2011.04, 2011 flat, just to break it. There's a nice area here. What's our range here? About 20 pips. It's not bad. So if we are to keep coming down, I'd like us below here. You guys see? Hold on, we have people in the waiting room. Give me one sec. Welcome Falcon, welcome Kenshi. If you see our last closure over here, we respected, drove down, we closed below, we drove down. Did not close below, so let's see how this level plays in the past. Drove through 22 pips, also right there. Closed below, all the way down. So we have about a 20 pip advantage point on a closure below this area. We're gonna look for sells below here. My issue is I'm probably gonna want the hourly to close and the 4 hour to close in about 30 minutes because it's a really strong support, and at the moment we didn't close below the hourly support. We're driving down. We got a 30 close, but I believe the next 30 might come back in range. It's possible. Sunday Asian, well, just first day of the week Asian, right? We're just starting to see volume come into the market. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna want the hourly to come down here and see how it reacts at this area. I would even take an hourly closure. So if the hourly doesn't reach 2007, but as long as it closes below the hourly support, right? So as long as we can close below here on the hourly, even not even at this area. This
What's the
hourly.
level you got in the green box?
If the hourly closes like this, I'm gonna look for sells below this area on the 5. That's 2007.126. That's the level I'm gonna look for sells below. It's a 5-minute level. I mean, it's a every time frame level, because look, if you get the hourly
nice.
closure, look, the hourly closed below here, it drove, right? Over here, the hourly just drove through this area. So I think if the hourly closes below here, anywhere, and the 5-minute close below here, this is going to be our position here. This might even be an off the rip position. Because look, when the hourly closed here, the next hourly barely gives a top wick, just drives through. And the 5 minutes, they don't come back to these areas to retest, to drive. Well, we'll see how it forms here.
It's looking good on the 15 as well. That same level, if it can close through that. There's a few bits of resistance
on every time frame. Look, see the 30 here. It also closes below, never comes back above. It just holds that resistance. Closed bullish, but it respected that level, and then it drove down.
Yeah.
So, I like to sell very much for sells. And where can we get buys? The thing is, once volume comes in, sometimes volume comes in such a way and pretty rough that it clears the area out, right? And then you're like, oh, where's my level? No, then you wait, you know, till all of this plays out, all of this plays out. There's some chubby ass candles. And then once you come back down in range, then you'll take more sells to retest the lows, because now the market's setting up perfectly for a fake out, right? And this will be your position here, this candle.
You guys hear my new song? Peaches, Peaches, Peaches?
Your new song?
Yeah, Bowser's new song.
No.
From the Mario movie.
No.
What's that, Jack Black? Yeah, that video. I'll post it in Discord. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, post it in the Discord.
Alright.
Alright, and let's see where we can get some buys. At what point? So, I know we look for 5-minute levels to get in there, but you really want the higher time frame levels to be broken, right? So if you're going to look for a position against the daily bias, in this case we're bearish for the day, right? If we're going to be bullish, anywhere up until 2015 here, we're still valid for sells, right? Because that's still a range too. That makes more sense. This makes even more sense. Yeah. At this point, I think the 4-hour will break the previous 4-hour, yeah. At that point, we'll be breaking the previous 4-hour high. If it happens here in the next half hour. If not, it's just going to be a really bullish 4-hour that breaks everything that closes above here. And our advantage point above here is 40 pips on the 30. On the 5, it's around 20 pips. Right here, 16.49. So we're going to look for buys above here. It might clear that level out completely, at which point we'll look for buys above 2022. Maybe even higher, yeah. Keep adjusting it till it's a clear level. Yeah, it looks good here.
Good vantage point as well, isn't it? They say we're going to reject or it'll go.
Yeah, I don't like it past that. I think we're gonna move it up. And here's the thing.
We're making higher highs, higher lows.
Until we break this daily, what I don't want is to come up here and you see what happened here before. Just right there, this whole area, it rejected and drove hard. So I don't want us to come up here today and then drive down again. So I want to see what highs we can break. I want to come up.
What's your opinion when the market gaps? Because like on my MT5, I've got a massive gap, but on yours, you don't have that on.
Oh,
or do you have it on your
I have it on
MT5
my
and not your
MT5
trading
as well.
view?
Yeah, I don't have it
Oh,
on
you
my
have
trading
got
view.
that. Sorry,
It's
I
just
didn't know if it
Oanda.
was
It
different.
depends on the broker. Oanda, what it does is fills the gaps. So Oanda
Yeah.
always does that, and that's why I like it, because you can see people think, oh, there's no information there. There is. It's just clear. You know, it's just a clean candle, just a clean range. Right here, it can gap, or it's just a clean range. That's why people say, oh, gaps get filled. It's not that they get filled. It's just the same thing as you're driving through a clean range.
Clean range.
There's nothing there.
Yeah.
There's no order stopping it.
But do you see when, or I guess because TradingView doesn't really gap that much, does it? So you just go off of that, because when it's on MT5, I kind of get conflicted whether to go off of the candle before or after, especially if it's like a daily.
What do you mean? Say that again?
So, but it doesn't really matter because I've bullshitted myself out of my answer, because I'll just go to TradingView and use that data.
I'll tell you what, I used to mark up all the time on my broker on MT5, and I stopped marking up on MT5 once I started streaming, because I didn't feel like doing it twice. And you know what? Marking it up on here, I've just been more precise because I just see better. Just
MT5
the way I just look and see if the price point makes sense on the broker, if it's like more or less the same as what I'm looking for in TradingView or looking at on TradingView, but I don't mark up
Tune
on
it up.
Oh, there's another program. They said it's putting MT4 and MT5 to shame. I gotta find out what the name is. I watched the video.
What,
Some
C-Trader?
guy was talking about it. What is it? No, not C-Trader. It's what's the name of it?
I wouldn't mind trading right here off TradingView, right?
Yeah, that's the best.
It's very user
I would
friendly.
love that.
And there's some brokers that are going to offer that. There's what they're doing is there's some brokers that are going to be dropping their own software, trading software like MT4, MT5, based on TradingView. So they're going to give you the TradingView experience with their own software and the buy and sell buttons and all that. So it's coming. I spoke to a few people about that are working on these things.
I went to watch a bit of racing earlier, and there was this Audi R8, like GT3, blah de blah, whatever, and everything on it was carbon fiber. So I had to send Don a quick little video.
Carbon
going,
fiber.
Carbon fiber, carbon fiber.
Oh. Come in, Shen.
find that video.
Yo, if you're on the YouTube side, drop a like.
Is it
Dude.
on YouTube?
Yeah, this is live on
Oh, I see
YouTube.
it,
So
I
you can
see
see
it.
this on YouTube, but it's just for the members.
I see it.
It becomes, I make it available, so as soon as we end the stream, I just make it public, so everyone can see what we did. This way, if there's positions, and like, remember we had London positions that we took a W on
Yeah.
like 2 weeks ago, and this way nobody could say, hey, those are made. No, it's still, the live stream's still there. It just wasn't public.
I see it.
The volume song. What's the deal, Taylor? How are you? Wow, Brighton did Arsenal dirty today. Anybody see that? Bad. And then the Celtics did the Sixers dirty.
Nice.
It's good sports day all around. I was rooting for the Sixers though, kinda. I was rooting for a good game. Got a shit game. How does this 5 look here? Should come down here. Be nice. Five says, how about no? Just a second, guys. I'm gonna say chat. I'm gonna say chat. There's no chat. I'm gonna grab a drink. Turn down the lights. Put my candles on.
Well, I wouldn't mind coming back up to like 2015, 14, and then back down. That'd be nice. Uh, 5 pips.
I still get lost on drawing the levels, guys. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, I've been doing this for a little while now, so I got like I picked up a little things from everybody, so I got like my own little mix. So, you know, I'm looking at balances, I'm looking at support and resistance, I'm looking at order blocks, I'm looking at a few things. But it all it's funny because once you start learning all these different things, they all kind of go together. Like, it's just weird. You know, it's like this person calls it an order block and imbalance, but it's really just a support and resistance zone for this, and, you know, a gap for this, which is just clean fill, clean range. So it's not bad. It all goes together.
All right. If you were saying anything to me, I didn't hear you.
No, we were just talking about levels. As I said, I wouldn't mind if it goes back up to 2015. at least.
I wouldn't mind it. Why, you're holding? Are you holding gold? Are you
No,
invested?
I don't have anything. I just want to short it from there.
I was gonna say, why did you win that blueberry contest? Now you're just trying to get rid of your brick.
All right.
Get access to Discord. You get access to. Wix 9. There's just DM me on Discord. We have our Wix 9 Discord tab.
What, do you have your own Discord channel, or do you just use DVS?
No, it's just a Discord tab in the Devious channel.
Oh, maybe I haven't found it yet. Let me.
I got to give you the role, so
Oh,
just DM me and I'll add your name.
oh, I did do that before, but then I think maybe it didn't happen. I don't know.
No, if you did that, then I would have gave you the role. It's just so we don't, there's no point in discussing what we do here on Asian session, or if we're in a position, we're not gonna talk about it in the general Discord and the Asian session Discord and the, on the Signal channel Discord, because those are all for separate things. So anything that's related to this, or let's say we're in a position here and I got, we're closing off the stream, but we're still in the position, I would manage it probably through the Discord, through my Discord, so we don't have to tell all
We
of
don't have
Discord what we're doing.
interference.
Yeah. Like, wait
Yeah,
a
I
minute,
don't
you guys
think
are in a
I'm on
position?
Yeah, I don't think you put me in there, Wix. I'm gonna just send you another message if that's alright, just so you can check.
Yeah, DM me
Please.
right now. I'll do it right now.
I've just done it.
Yeah, it's above. It's a.
Oh,
It would
no,
be
you're
above
at it,
paid
yeah.
signals. Above paid signals, below pets.
Let me check, man. I must be blind.
It's like a little. It says Wix 9, the clubhouse.
Should be in there.
Sometimes. You gotta, like,
Oh. I mean, sorry. Just missed it.
Now, when you joined, do you see this messages that came before?
Yeah, that's it. I can see Bowser just put the one on there and whatnot. Yeah.
Alright. Peaches. Jack Black's funny. I remember when I was a kid, I never liked him. I thought he was corny. He wasn't funny. He was clown funny. He wasn't clever funny.
oh, I didn't know that's what they called those wicks. The dreads. Okay. I was watching that little Dirk video.
Trying to stay cultured.
Yeah. Now I get it. Now I get the name.
Uh, 15 minutes here for the 4-hour close. I want the 4-hour close right here below 2010.33. Below 2010 overall. Just to confirm that we're going to continue down maybe for the next 4 hours. 'Cause if it respects this lower here, 2010 flat, I get a bottom wick and a drive up on the next hourly, and by the time I actually get to this level, it's just going to be too late for us to trade. Might range, but this might be one of those sessions where the levels will be good for London, and the way it's setting up, there should be volume. Candles are moving. The reason reason they're kind of ranging here is just we reached the support, but overall the market's moving. See, we're not getting this at the moment on the hourly. Getting this.
Couple
Oh,
fiber, couple fiber, couple fiber, couple fiber, couple fiber, couple fiber.
I just sent my version in the Discord.
yeah, I'm looking at it.
Well, that was me talking. Sounded like the bloke on the video. I thought that was the original video playing.
No, that was the video that you sent. A TK32 Taylor. Just it's oh, you're not in the Devious server. Join our Devious server, Taylor. Join the Discord server, and once you're in our server, I can add you to the clubhouse. Yo, honestly, I don't know why, but I have Law and Order on TV. Need to change that.
Law and Order.
I've got a Wix 9 stream on the TV.
I don't know why Law and Order's on. Oh yeah, you guys are watching me on TV. I remember when you guys know T-Biggs? You guys know Biggs? Anybody remember when Biggs was on stream? No?
No, I don't know who that is.
T-Biggs was just another person who used to hop on the stream. Like, he was on as often as Kieran is every day on Don's stream.
Oh, okay.
So basically, like over the last 3 years, it's been a revolving door of characters, and at this point, it is who it is, right? But about 2 years ago, we had Tyler, we had T-Biggs, and Biggs, his girl was just very, I don't know, wealthy, very well off. So he used to watch us from the movie theater, right? But when I tell you he was sitting in the movie theater, he'd be sitting in the theater, and this shit had like a balcony and a second floor, because he'd be on the second floor and you could see down into the movie theater, into the whole, yeah, like 20, 30 seats, whatever it was in the theater. It was like a real, not like a home movie theater, but like a real theater inside.
That's cool.
And he'd be like, check this out, and he'd have us on stream on the big screen in the movie theater while he's sitting on the second floor on the laptop and shit.
You'd say, look, Mom, I made it.
It's funny as hell. He's like, yeah, I got you on like a 30-foot screen right now.
Smoking a big fat joint.
Yeah, Big is funny. I think they sold that house. His girl's family sold that house, like his girl's parents' house. It was dope. Shout out to Biggs. There's no sports. Oh, there is. Hockey starts in about an hour. Game 6. Vegas, Edmonton.
Have you always been into the hockey?
I've always been into sports.
I just wondered because I didn't think. Sorry, go on.
I played every sport growing up. Like,
nice.
I was always out. I was never home. I would cry when I was a kid if I stayed home. You know how your parents tell you go outside, you're playing on the iPad too much. Like, I can't get my kids to go outside.
I was that same motherfucker.
But
couldn't get me in.
You couldn't get me. Yeah, I would be no, you're not going out today, or like it would be bad weather, I'd sit by the window and cry. Be like,
I used to
I
go
can't
out
go
on my
outside.
bike.
I know. Outside was big when I was younger. I'd come home at dark. That's it.
Yeah, shit. Dark.
Come on.
I'd be dark. I'd come home
Yeah.
in dark.
I
Just
just hang out. I lived in the projects, so there was like 30 of us, 20 of us. We'd just hang out and.
yeah, like you live in a big city, right? I lived in Brooklyn,
Yeah.
and it'd be like, it'd be 3 in the morning. You go outside, hundreds of people just walking around. Like it's always alive. And but as a kid, like you go to the park, New York, we got basketball courts everywhere, and then people go play hockey with the garbage cans, and you know there'd be football players on the field, baseball at the same. Baseball's huge in New York. Every baseball field, every basketball field has a baseball field behind it, and every baseball field is filled, right? And not with
Grandma.
teams practicing, but just people playing baseball everywhere. And basketball courts packed, middle of the day, packed everywhere in New York.
And back in, kids used to ride bikes too everywhere.
Yeah, bikes, skateboards, bowling.
Yeah. Now you can't get a kid off a damn computer game.
Nope.
Yeah. So I used to play, and my mom, she wouldn't like. I was good at everything. She was like, no, we're gonna try this and that, and I was on a team for everything. Right. Shout out to my parents. They used to take me after work for hours. I know. I just realized that they were working their asses off just so after work they could grab me and take me and then have me do my sports thing and then take care of that. And they get home late as hell with me. It's like
Sounds like
right
some
now.
good parents.
Yeah, right now I'm realizing I'm nowhere near good a parent like to my kids as my parents were to me. And supposedly we're supposed to do better than our parents. I'm never gonna top what my parents did to me.
Wix, you're a father to 3 kids, man. You're doing okay.
Oh yeah, well, my dad, he's a father to 2 boys, and like just the shit they did for us, I know for a fact, like mindset wise, like I had a great role model for a father figure, right? I didn't have a broken home, none of that, right? I'm not from the hood. I don't like, I'm Brooklyn, but like I had great parents, that really cared for us and our upbringing and principles. Like my parents would like they're very principled people. Like they would never cut in line, nothing, right? Like even when it makes sense to, like they would never cut anyone off in a car. They'll sit there like they're very proper, too proper, and that like I'll never be able to match that. They don't curse. They've never I've never heard a curse word from my parents. My kids hear me fucking fuck this, suck, go fuck yourself all day, and like there's nothing wrong with it, but like they were incredibly proper, right? And I don't know, it instills I got you. I'm letting you in. But
It seemed to work for them.
yeah,
You
but
said last week you moved from Ukraine, didn't you?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. I was born in Ukraine. I came here when I was little.
So how old was you when that happened?
9.
Cool, that's mad.
Yeah, I still remember everything. I was in school until 5th grade in Ukraine.
That's cool though.
Did you speak English when you came over?
No. Not a word.
Wow.
What was that like for you at that age?
It was easy. I went to school and like 2-3 weeks later I knew English completely.
No, but I just meant the whole experience of like moving from there.
It was crazy.
to
Like,
where
I used to have dreams about it with what America would be like when my parents told me we're moving. Yeah, it was crazy.
And it happened.
Yeah, and then it happened. It was like, when we got here, we moved to such like a Russian neighbor, European neighbor. Like all we heard was like Ukrainian and Russian. And I used to ask my parents, I was like, Ma, where's America?
Not right.
Are we there yet? Because everyone's speaking our language. I understand everybody. And then you take I think when I understood that we were in America was when we took our first like road trip as a family. That was fun. I think we ended up, I don't remember where we went. I think first time we went to like Pennsylvania or something. We went to like the Poconos. To the mountains. You go through Jersey, you go to the Delaware Water Gap, and then you end up Pennsylvania. Like I was like, oh shit, this is crazy. Like it's nothing like it was over there.
Does your parents speak English, Wix?
Yeah, now they do. They had no choice. My mother, she was a school principal over there, right? So when she came here, she's a chemist. She does like organic chemistry. Oh, hold on a second.
Oh,
My wife's
cool.
calling me. Give me 1 second.
Hello?
All right. Yeah. So she was a school principal over there. So when we moved here, like because she's a chemist, she went to work in a lab because she had no English, but she wasn't about to be, like a lab person doing chemistry. She wasn't about to work in a factory. She was, she's very, very, very educated. She's like, So she went to school for days, nights, evenings, to learn English. And it's not just English, right? It's the proper terms for all of chemistry. And
Well,
then
that's some tough stuff, isn't it? There's a lot of Latin.
It wasn't just
there,
like
isn't there?
learn English. It's like, all right, you learn English, but then you got to learn all of chemistry in English also. And she did that in like 2 years. I remember 20 months into moving to the U.S., she had a job in a high school teaching chemistry.
Wow.
And she was very proud of that shit because you had people that grew up here, spend years,
Still
and
couldn't even do that.
couldn't do that, couldn't get the degrees, diplomas, and she got it in 20 months. Because we were hungry, yo. If she didn't do that, like we'd be on the street. My pops, he was an actor over there, right? Like he was pretty, like he didn't need to come here. Like we were, like he used to do movies, he used to do show. Like we'd go on the beach and people would ask for his autograph. That kind of acting. So, like he did Broadway. The equivalent of Broadway over there is what my pops did. So, he was he'd be in theater, singing, all that. And when we came here, like, nobody really needs that. Like, he's like, what am I gonna do now? So everything was pretty much on my mom.
Wow.
Yeah, but then he opened the first ever Russian comedy club in the United States.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he ended up doing. And first ever Russian speaking comedy club. So you'd have same stand-ups and does
it still operate?
No, that was 30 years ago, 25 years ago. But he's pushing 70 right now. But that's what he did. And then once he did that, he went back to in Ukraine where we were from, and he created like a whole an award program for all the unrecognized artists over there because he was able to find sponsors and he did a lot of things for people. Right?
Damn. Makes it sound like you got some pretty awesome parents there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm never gonna be able to match nothing that my parents did. I'm never gonna be able to outdo them. Like the things they did, and in their lives, and the things they were able to do for me and for us. I've seen half the world because of my dad. I remember my pops would not take salary. He'd be invited by like the biggest companies in the world to come perform on cruise ships, in Turkey. Remember I was saying I traveled with my pops like somewhere on downstream. His thing would be like, look, don't pay me for what I'm doing, but let me bring my whole family with me. So every time he'd go somewhere around the world, he would bring us. And he would never take a paycheck. We wouldn't get paid, but we'd get a whole trip sponsored. Right? Everything for free, everything in the house, and he would be allowed to bring his family.
We're moving pretty good. We're almost at 214. 2014.
That's real good. Here, a father would give you every excuse in the world to get away from his family.
Hell yeah. But it's a different mentality. So like,
sorry, kids, you can't go. I'll be back in a month.
see you next month.
Going out for the milk.
No, my pops had his priorities straight. But then again, there's a lot of like I got a lot of friends, right, who was complete opposite for, and like they've done what really well in life, right? So it's really not about, the hand that you're dealt. It's how you play it.
That's right. That's reaction.
Like I would have many a friend that were at a much bigger disadvantage than me, right? Coming into this world, growing up, influence-wise, and quite a few of them have outdone me, right? Like, more power to them. Shout out to them. It's, like I said, it's really how you play the hand that you're dealt, how you play your cards. People tend to soak, right? They're like, oh, I had this going on, I got that going on. Nah, what you gonna do about it? Like, there is a way out, right? Everything has a resolution.
Got to show up for yourself first, though.
I squandered a lot of my opportunities away. Hell, I had a mullet. Man, I didn't have no worries.
That's it then. That's what you need.
That's right. I look like Joe Dirt. I didn't have no worries at all. I had girls and everything.
Don just texted me. Look what he's doing. It's that Wagyu. He wrote, all the beef in the industry don't want smoke.
Sizzle.
Word. They want the sizzle.
Where's Don from, Wicks?
Don, he's in Toronto. Canadian, eh? So the 4-hour closed, and it closed bullish, but it closed bullish with no top wick. And now this 4-hour opened up with a top wick, no bottom wick. I'm gonna expect this to flip. So if it flips, we might come back down in range here. The hourly will become bear. Yeah, regardless, we're gonna need the previous hourly low to break, or this hourly low, or this hourly to close bearish. So once the previous hourly low breaks here at 2008.7, we can start looking for bearish positions, knowing that we shouldn't reject to come back up. And then where we're going to do that? Right below our 5-minute area. So where our level is, that's the hourly, the 30, the 4-hour, 1 hour. Everything is going to be in our direction all at the same time after coming up and grabbing liquidity in this area. Look, but this is just strictly for the 5. It might continue up, but if it does come back down, it's high probability it's going to continue down and not reject. See, last time it just, can we do that now? Yo, how the fuck did I go from that to American Idol?
Wanted to hit at least 14.22. That's my level.
Before coming down?
Yeah, I think it'll make one more high right here and then hopefully come down.
Well, I would look. Oh, whoops! I would look for the higher time frame here, and see what a higher time frame is driven from before.
But who knows?
Yeah. Might even be higher. It might even come up 16, 18 areas before it rejects. Right on the hourly, like look at these areas.
Very close.
Somewhere in these areas you wouldn't mind. (2015 to 2017 areas before it starts coming back down. You just can't take a sell off the rip. I mean, you can if you're a cowboy, but can't do it because the price is moving against you at this point. Once it starts moving your direction, you can be more confident that it's going to drive. You watch UFC or bare knuckle UFC? Whenever it's on. I watched this weekend. It was lame. Pretty lame. We have a nice volume here. Just what are we gonna do? We're gonna go up, or come down.
Flip a coin and see.
All right, how many we got in here? Participants, we got 10, 11 plus me. So, Bowser, Jack, Mark, Sen Assassin, Dustin, you guys take buys. Ian, Kanchi, Cavadoodles, OG, and Shen, you guys take sells.
And you take hedge both.
I'll call a buy sell signal.
I'm already full margin right now.
And then the ones that, you know, if you're in buys and we're bullish right now, I'm just going to kick the sellers out of here and be like the stream won.
No, we'll split it between us. 50-50. Everyone goes back to zero because the losses minus out the wins.
Alright. What? I don't even have Facebook. How the fuck? Oh, TikTok. Ooh, news from the trader's domain. Let's see what's going on there. Alright. New site will be going live soon. That makes me comfortable. He said, no one is disappearing with your money.
What's that, sorry?
Oh, that was just a message from Ted.
Oh, you've been having some... Is that the broker you've been having some grief with?
Yeah.
What's the crack with that then? What happened?
It's been sold. So there's a new company taking over. It's going to be under a new name and everything. So, but they're communicating back and forth. And he's like, we wouldn't be communicating if we were running off with your money. No one is taking your money.
Wow, that's what they say. Nice.
Waiting. Been waiting.
Was that an unexpected thing when that came about, or did you sort of know it was coming up?
I mean, I knew certain things were coming. I just didn't. Nobody knew there was a change of ownership coming. No one knew that
Right.
company is being sold, and no one should know, right? Like if something's being sold, it's done behind closed doors until the, the transfer or like everything is complete. No business will ever
Yeah,
tell you
of
that they're
course.
selling to anyone or they're being taken over until, the acquisition's done.
Because otherwise, they make themselves look like a dick.
Because the company buying it doesn't want you leaving, right? So they don't want the new company. They're probably under some agreement to keep it hush hush because they want to retain as much of a clientele as possible, right? So
Yeah, because all of a sudden the company would be worth however much less, wouldn't it? But anyway, sorry.
exactly. But it's all right as long as they provide, as long as people, as they go live and people start getting their withdrawals again, and they're gonna, let's say they're gonna do, because of everything that happened, they were on a promotion. Let's say they lower everyone's fees. They lower lot size. I mean lot size. They lower commissions, or they lower spreads. I don't know. I just don't know how they'll do that because those are the only two things the broker makes money on: commission and spreads.
What are you saying, that ideally they should do something like that? Because if they
I think
don't,
they will
people are just
because
gonna,
of what happened. So if they're gonna want to,
yeah.
somehow, get in good or get a good rep or see that they're, you want to show people, your customers, that you're trying to do right by them. Like Blueberry always shows Don and his whole audience that trades on Blueberry, some love. Like now they're doing the giveaway, the coin giveaway, the gold giveaway, 5 gold bars, right? They already don't charge commissions on gold, right? Everyone, like, you get very quick payouts, right? You have the lowest spread probably, and then like they do a lot for the customers, and that in turn drives a massive amount of customers there. And
Do you know how it works when some of these traders have their own broker? Obviously, I know that they can fuck about with it a bit, but like, what?
They can.
Why
yeah.
are they doing that?
To have your own broker?
You obviously understand they're making money off the.
They're just
Off of it.
promoting a broker, and then they get like if you use their link, they'll get like just like a
I
percentage.
mean, it
or
makes
incentive.
sense to hold, right? If you got a big account and you open up your own brokerage, you kind of hold your own money. Like if it was Don, right? He's got $500,000 in the broker. Better off probably opening your own broker, holding $500,000 in your own broker, knowing that it's gonna get paid. But then there's a lot of liabilities there, right? And it's really not the broker that doesn't pay you. It's the liquidity providers behind the broker that probably
Right.
don't pay, or I don't know. There's a lot of nuances. And the thing is, everything can be manipulated, right? Everything you see on even on the terminal, like it can be not live, right? No one's gonna do it live, and like you get to see us take positions live, but if it's your own broker, you can manipulate every single number on the terminal, on MT5, on anything you want. Not to say that people, anyone specific does it, but it's, there's plenty of people in the industry that do it. I mean, I don't really care for manipulating MT5. I just care for, taking my trades, growing my account, and making my money, and I'm good. Like, there's a lot of liability that comes with owning a brokerage. Look what Ted's going through right now. Look what Traders Domain's going through right now. I don't want none of that headache.
Fuck that.
If you can trade on any broker, whether it's your broker, whether it's not your broker, you can trade anywhere. You can trade a funded account, you can do whatever you want, right? I'm just not gonna promote a broker because I'm expecting, there are things in the works with brokers, and I'm not about to start calling out brokers and then start working with other brokers, right?
Yeah, if you've got everything working for you, there's no need to really, is there? It's just something to get stuck in. Eventually
Let's say I say join this broker, and then another broker, actually works out a deal with me and wants me to come on board.
or maybe that broker starts ripping off customers and now they get a bad reputation and it kind of makes you look like a bit of a dick when you haven't done anything wrong.
Well, yeah. Well, first of all, first thing I would do is just make sure, you know,
Of course.
the broker is giving
Of course.
payouts. So if I'm getting payouts, then I can recommend it. But, you know, for me to have the terminal up for, like, that's something I would work out with the broker, and not, you know, because this way you guys are getting, so whoever's terminal is up is getting a constant flow of traffic, just, you know, watching their label up on the screen, right? If a broker wants that, like, typically they pay for that. I don't want to do that for free. So eventually, the day you'll see my terminal up on there is the day you know that broker is the day that you know that I'm getting paid by that broker. And there's nothing wrong with that, like, right? That I want sponsorship deals. I want Red Bull up on here. I want everything up on here. I want, like, a cannabis company, you know, up on here. I mean, it probably won't happen because it's YouTube, but, you know, I'll put a broker banner on my thing as long as I'm getting paid for it.
Yeah, of course.
What up, Paul? You want to hop on the Zoom? The link's available on the YouTube. Yo, TK, there's got to be a link in the YouTube description.
Yeah, tell them to go to community.
Yeah, just search for Devious on Discord. He said either I have no clue how to use Discord or I don't know where to go to join your Discord. My bad. Yeah, I'm gonna send you an invitation. It's crazy. The Discord has 23,000 members.
Wow.
Out and about with the fam? Alright. Where you at? Tell me your ass is at Taco Bell. Tijuana Flats. It says I've joined already. That's why I was confused. So yeah, if you... Oh, I didn't see you in there. Because when I search for you, you don't pop up. Yeah, TK, you ain't in here. Who's Upe? Which one of you is Upe on Discord?
What is it? Upe?
UPE?
Oh, UPE. Upe. Not me.
Me no buys at all on this 4 hour till it comes down and creates a bottom wick.
Mhm.
This 4 hour is gonna have to close at 1 a.m. I'm not gonna look for buys at all until 1 a.m. This is either gonna need a bottom wick or we're gonna need
Sells.
we're gonna need sells, or we're gonna need this 4 hour to close, and the next 4 hour we could start taking. Because I'm pretty sure
That was
we're gonna come
80
down
pip.
and flip
Yeah, that was
here
like-
on either on this 4 hour or the next 4 hour has to come down, make a bottom wick for it. So I'm not gonna take a position until that happens, because otherwise it just doesn't make sense taking a position knowing that we have to come down, make this bottom wick to grab liquidity here.
Yeah, definitely.
Asking for trouble.
That was a 80 pip 30-minute can.
It's fine. When you're gonna go to sleep, there's gonna be 80 pip, 60 pip, 50 pip candles. You ain't gonna care. You're gonna be.
I don't
Nah.
sleep that much.
Yeah, but
I
when
sleep
you're
in dead gap time.
yeah, when you got that good sleep going, and somebody tells you about a closure, be like, man,
I don't care.
fuck out my face.
Get the fuck up.
Huh.
Like Jacob on that stream, that was so funny.
It's terrible. Terrible. That's terrible. As Chuck would say, terrible. Wow. Cornhole, Super Hole Championship. It's fucking crazy.
I was
how
watching that the other day. I'm like, wow, they're making a sport out of everything.
on ESPN, like cornhole.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're fucking good too. They make it like they at least get it on the board on every fucking bag.
There's really nothing good on. Be nice if this was the liquidity grab for today.
Yeah.
Or for the whole day. Yeah, I guess so.
Top work for the daily.
We
Let's go.
Just made a nice top wick here to this previous resistance, the most recent.
Yeah,
It
it'd be
looks nice, doesn't it? If it is on the 4 hour.
If the daily starts flipping, you guys might have a really active London session. The way it's looking like, we're probably not gonna get positions here. Wait, let me restart the music. But I'm gonna look at something at 1 a.m. and if there is, I'll probably discuss it in my Discord, in the clubhouse. Like if there is something, I'll say where I'm looking for positions. Manufacturing index tomorrow, 8:30. All right. Oh, we got new badges, by the way.
Oh,
What,
they made-
again?
Get rid of the pineapples.
No, YouTube got rid of the pineapples because the pineapple was smoking a joint.
Oh,
I've still
yeah.
got that. I've still got that.
You see it? So they got rid of. I don't know how they did that, but they sent me an email and they said we got to get rid. It violates our policy, and they got rid of everything. But for some reason, that blue one they left it. I don't know. Maybe they missed it.
They didn't want to discriminate against blue pineapple smoking a joint. That's why.
So I don't know. I'm probably gonna get rid of it altogether just so they don't recognize it,
No.
realize it,
Yeah,
and
they
then
don't
they're gonna
think
get
that
back
you
to me
put
and be
it
like,
back or something.
yeah, I don't want them to think that I fucking re-added it. Because
Yeah.
they're like continuous violations can get you like a strike and all that, you know.
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it? You can't do
So-
anything.
So what we did was we got rid of the. I didn't get rid of the pineapple. Now instead of the pineapple smoking a J, he's wearing J's. So I got a pineapple wearing a pair of Jordans.
Nice.
And we can get those in every color, or we can have onions in every color, or we can have celeries in every color, or we can switch them up like a month.
Have a
being onion.
mixture.
Yeah, like if you've been here for a month, you're a pineapple, but if you've been here for 2 months, you're an onion, and then like 6 months, you could be like a different color pineapple.
In a year can be a runner. You can have a little man running.
Yeah, I mean it could be whatever, but I only I think I get 9 of them. I think what the levels are. I think 1 month, 2 months, 3, 6, 9, a year, and then it's 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. It's 9 levels. All right, coming back down here. I think this would be a good time for the 4-hour. And the daily to start reflipping. You can't take sells off the up here on the 4-hour either because it can flip and drive up. All we know is there's no point of taking buys right now. We see it driving up as it's got to come back down and flip, but this has nothing to do with taking positions.
Yeah, the 4-hour doesn't actually look that nice for sales, does it? Until a bit. What was your level? Sorry,
Okay,
I'm not
well,
looking at
2007.
it. Oh, 207, right.
Yeah, I wanna come down there because at that point every time frame will be in our direction.
And then would you use like 2003 as a vantage point, or what?
We'll be
Are you
breaking
looking
the
at?
daily lows at that point. I'm looking to fill the daily wick. Yesterday's daily wick at 2001.
Got ya.
Been saying 2000 since last week, since like Wednesday. Never got there last week, so. But the market structure is in such a way that it should get there eventually. You get a 1-hour closure above 2015.7 though. So let's say we close like this, or even above here. Anyway, yeah, decent level. Okay, so we have a. So we have a level here, right? Let's say we close bullish. Like this on this hourly. Once you come down here
back.
and make a bottom wick and flip here, you can be in these positions as long as you break slow here and grab liquidity at these areas, right? Because at that point, this will be a range 2 breakout, and you'll have your 5-minute close above this area. Right? 5-minute close will close above here, and then it will come back in range. So on the 5-minute, you'll probably get a closure like this, matching up to this wick. And then
You
come
see,
back
you
down
said
in
about
range.
the bottom wick going all the way down to 2011 or around about there.
Yeah, you see how I'm drawing
Obviously,
it
I
out right
understand
now?
that you want it to take out that previous candle low, but
I wanted to
would
break
you
the previous
still?
4-hour low, the previous hourly low. You see how I'm drawing the levels right now, around
Yeah.
2012, 2011, because we've never grabbed liquidity there. And
Yeah.
since we didn't grab liquidity here and only got up to here, and then came all the way back
Flip.
down here, now if we flip after grabbing this liquidity, we're going to drive further than the candle that didn't grab liquidity there and drove here.
Yeah, got you.
So once we grab this liquidity here, we're going to look to come back up above range. And this is your range 2 breakouts, right? As you start coming back up above.
So, for example, if it only ended up going down to around like 2013 when there's a bit of support to the left, would you then wait for like a bit of a double confirmation if it then closed back above, or would you still be not taking it because you're
If it got
waiting for
down
that
to
flip
2013,
altogether?
I wouldn't take it. The 4-hour would still not have a bottom wicket. We could flip at any moment in that 4-hour.
Yeah.
So I would either wait to hit that level, or I would wait for the 4-hour to close.
Yeah, got you.
And then I would wait for a bottom wick on the next 4-hour, next hourly, and it doesn't necessarily at that point have to break it. It just has to create a 5-minute range, which is a pullback on our next hourly, next 4-hour. This is the 5-minute range it would need to create.
Yep.
And if it only creates that up to here, that's fine. If it doesn't reaches this level, as long as it does that on the next 4-hour.
How comes you would then class that as valid? Because it's still been fucking about at that level for some decent amount of time. Or
Well, all right. How come I would think even if we don't grab liquidity here? Because we
Yeah.
don't necessarily need to grab liquidity here to drive. We need to grab liquidity there to drive now.
right, yeah, I see what you're saying. Absolutely, yeah.
Markets can start forming different ranges. If it doesn't drive now, we don't get there. Obviously, there's new ranges. It'll form. We'll see it. Like, we have no choice, right? It either drives now or market will start forming some kind of new structure.
Yeah.
And then we'll recognize new structure. Right now, this is the structure it's forming.
I kind of had the theory, but it's just nice to hear it like from your perspective, see how you think about it.
Got you. Oh, the hockey game starts at 10. Looking at it everywhere. Still respecting the 5. Pretty big range here. That's roughly 50 pips. Yeah. We might have positions in there, but we gotta form a resistance and then drive off a support. So it can't happen on this hourly. But it's possible if this hourly does close above there, and then we come down, grab liquidity here,
And that'd be the support.
and that will be our
Also.
drive to finish this range. And then we could still respect the daily, so probably not have runners. And then at this point, we can also have a chance to continue heading down for the daily. Just using, just all we're doing is trying to catch the range for the session. Might just fill
Oh,
that
there it
range.
goes.
If it fills it, great. That means we can. The sooner it fills it, the better off we are, because we need positions to come up above 22,636.
Definitely trying for it.
I'll stay on just a little bit later, but not too long.
Did you have 2018 as well? What's that you got there? Oh, you did, I think, and then you took it off.
I have 2017.5 right now.
All right.
Don't forget, at some point, this candle here also looked really bullish, right? This candle was like this,
And it said no.
and then it came back. So we might be like this at some point and still close below here. Oh, we got 20 seconds, might not happen.
You see your clock on the stream. Do you know if you
Oh, this is perfect.
can
Look at
change it
this.
so it's got the seconds as well? Not for me personally, but sometimes I notice on Don stream it comes in quite handy when I'm sort of
What, on top left?
yeah.
You know what? I never thought about it, but I think I can get the seconds in there. I gotta see where that's the link from, because that's basically a link from a website for time, right?
Oh, and it just filters through. I got you.
It comes through here. I pick a spot on my overlay where I want it, and it comes through as like an official world time, right? I can't manipulate that
Yeah.
time. If I could, I would put EST, but through there it says EDT.
It gets really confusing with all these time zone shit things, because obviously you have different brokers are different, aren't they? And then you've got your time, your daylight saving is different than us in the UK.
You gotta
So
pay
for
attention
quite a
to the rest of the
while,
world, yeah.
it was working out nice for me for the stream time in the UK, but now it's not as good. And obviously it does that back and forth throughout the year, doesn't it? But it's just confusing to keep track of it all.
Stupid daylight savings.
Because I think you're what, 4 hours back now, but at some points in the year it's 6 hours different, even at East Coast time to UK. It's weird because the daylight saving goes in opposite ways, I think.
Yeah, 4 hours. No, it's supposed to be 6.
Yeah, but it's not. It's 4 right now. That's what I'm saying.
No,
Mate.
it's 5
fucked.
right now. It's like
Well,
it's
I'm at
2:30 over there, right?
I don't even know, what is it?
Is it 2:30 or 1:30?
2:42.
2:42. So
Yeah.
that's 5 hours. It's 9:42 here. It's 5 hours.
Oh, so what?
Math ain't
What
mathin'.
time, mate? What time is it for Don then? Is he 10 p.m.? Is he an hour or is he 2 hours ahead
No,
of you?
he's the same time zone as me. So right now,
Mate, I
for him,
must have
it's
just been
9:40.
too high when I thought about it last time.
You confused Paul. Look at him. Paul's.
But you see, on the time zone, it's EST -4, so that's confused me because I'm GMT 0. London
but-
is 0, isn't it?
Yeah, don't worry about what it says. Worry about what it really is where you are. Here,
Just
it's
focus on
15
the
minutes.
charts, don't
It's
worry
gonna be
about it.
3 a.m. for you and 10 for me. That's 3.
And that's all we
and
need to know.
Yeah, it's never 4 hours. It's 5 or 6. So this is a 5-minute level that I've drawn right now, but the hourly's higher here, right? The hourly's like 2018.5. Yeah, 2018.5. You need to close above there on this hourly in order to think about the next hourly within this range, and then you would still need a pullback, probably 2012 areas, 2013, and then come back up above here. Ideally, we break the previous daily, and look, our buys above line is right above the previous daily high. If we break that, I'm going to be pretty confident we're going up. Close bear respecting this support.
Well, that's kind of nice. I took the dog for a walk earlier, had the joint with me, and I can't find the fucking jacket that it was in.
Yeah, but can you find the dog?
I can find the dog, he's laying there sleeping like a baby.
Well, then you know, the dog smoked the joint.
I've been walking around for like 5 minutes looking for it.
That was your issue with the time zones. It was that dog joint. Dirty looks dirty through here. Oh. This is our session. This is nice. See, we just drove. We haven't ranged here at all. Thing is, we drove against the daily bias. So is this just a pullback for the daily? Oh. coming back down. Don't forget, you could also, it's not like you have to close below here, 2007.157 to take sells. The market might, for like, look at all this clean range we've just created here, right? You just cleared out a bunch of range. This was clean here to come down. So, if this is clean range, if you can get some bearish closures here on the higher time frame, right, coming back down into range. And the only way that happens is if the hourly starts closing here, bullish, and then the next hourly starts coming down, you get a bearish closure. Because this hourly, you have 12 minutes, it's most likely going to close bullish unless it miraculously just drives down. If it miraculously drives down, you know next hour sells. But if it's not, then you're going to look for the next hourly. If it doesn't come down now,
Some opportunity coming up, I guess.
you're going to look to this, and as soon as you start closing below here, you can take these sells down without having to wait for this area, right? Without having to wait for here, because now you'll get a bearish higher time frame candle. You'll also be getting a break of the previous 4 hourly lows, and you'll close back into the 5-minute range on a bearish daily bias back into with a bearish range. So you're going to fill the range down, and that's going to be the position somewhere in these areas right here. That can only happen once you get bearish closures or start breaking previous bullish candles lows. You have to wait. Like I said, we might just get the daily pullback here during the Asian session, but a London and a New York drive down to fill the daily wick. But all of these, this is all just possibilities of what could happen and what to be ready for. We can't act on anything until any of these happen.
Going off of what you just said, I quite like joining on this Asian session with you now, because like you just said, even if you don't get any moves, quite often it does set you up for the day.
It sets you up for the day, it sets you up for the evening, for the London, New York overlap, because you see what Asian did, and you can kind of relate your New York and your positions to here. You can see what levels Asian set up, and you'll get that. I used to call it the pullback session, because a lot of times when the day just opens, you get the pullback, the bottom wick for the drive up or the top wick to grab liquidity drive down for the daily, and that will typically happen once the day opens, right, for the Asian session.
Yes, sir.
Not always, but like that happens a lot. You know, if we get more volume New York and London, and that's the driving sessions, liquidity is typically grabbed here. It's 9:50. I'm gonna see how it plays out here for about 10-15 minutes. And the thing is, see, a lot of things that happen here, like I said, if these levels are valid, you guys can kind of go off these levels. And what we just discussed, what a new level might look like in this area, 2012, right? So you can go off these levels for London, pre-London, see if any of them are broken, respected. If we start forming anything like I drew, then you guys already know what to look for, where to look for sells. Okay. Where to avoid buys here while we're still in this 4 hour, all the way till 1 a.m. crazy. Snail. Yeah. It's not a snail session. I mean, it's been moving. It's just, right? It's doing what the market does. It's setting up. It's not, it hasn't set up. It's setting up only. Yo, you better get rid of these damn cornhole championships. You guys watching this? The guy, look at this team. Yo, I wish I could take a picture. The dude, ain't nothing athletic about him. He's like 350.
He's
Easy.
What's that shit where they throw them beanbag things in the hole?
Yeah, there's a team right now. I'm looking at him. It's like a little old granny, Martha Stewart lookalike, and some black dude. But he at least he looked like a linebacker, like a really short linebacker. Not even. He looked like a sumo wrestler.
You're throwing
That's
them
what's so
beanbags.
crazy. That's the team. That's the team. Ain't one athletic thing about him.
Zoom in on his forearm.
Oh, she left him hanging. He tried to give her a high five and she left him hanging. On TV. That's embarrassing. That sucks. Oh, that snail's in my brain right now. Kind of sleepy little stream. Anyway, lots of knowledge value. Yes. Yeah, appreciate you guys showing up. Otherwise, my ass would be at a party right now. And I really don't feel like partying. Three minutes in this hourly, and it's holding resistance, right? Damn, Don done scuffed up the Tims. It sucks.
What, he did do that, you say?
I don't know, showing pictures of his Tims.
He fucked him right up. What's he been doing?
Yeah, you see that? That scuff. That scuff mark right there. Oh, you don't see it. It's like, you see that black line across my phone screen? On the bottom?
It's so hard to see on your thing because
Look
it's
on the
like
bottom.
really exposed.
Look on the bottom.
Yeah,
right
yeah, I see it. Yeah.
That black line, that's scuff.
Oh, damn.
It's a bad scuff. Might as well throw him out at this point. probably delete this.
Ooh. Oh, that closed right at that fucking line. Look at it.
Yeah, the hourly closed there. Well, the hourly was low even it was higher. Like this isn't the low I'm worried about. This is we're just pulling back on the 5. All the 5 did was just respect this.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at the
The hourly level is higher. The hourly is right here. See it? It's 2018.2.3.
that could do anything at that level, couldn't it? Because that's rejected. You see that last?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking to come down on this hourly.
Are you hoping for that to happen now?
My hope.
Is that what you're
I
saying?
don't really care. I'm just expecting it. Like the
Yeah,
expectation is for
got
us
you.
to come
It
down.
doesn't matter what it fucking does it?
I mean, it could
Just
come
do
up,
something.
come down. Yeah, just as long as it gives me position or an indication of something.
Don't need hope.
Wow, it looks delicious. Yo, I don't know. Eating some beef tongue. It's terrible. Interesting. The hourly didn't close above this area, right? So it closed above the most recent, though. I tell you that much. If you're looking at it from this perspective, right? Closing the most recent, you can get a bottom wick and drive up. That's not a bad perspective to look at because over here you drove through. Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna get rid of this. Because, oh wait, what did that do? Because now when you drop down to the 5, irrelevant of what it looks like right now. Right, yeah, the hourly closed below the most recent, but not above above the most recent, but not above the overall. So that cuts down the probability of it driving up. The daily's bearish. We're expecting a flip. We needed a liquidity grab here on the 4-hour. So regardless of what happens, we're gonna want it to come down here. And if it does start ranging and giving play here, there's no positions until the previous daily high is broken, previous bearish day. So this is our areas. 2022.636 is the most convincing areas. The highest quality positions will be above there. And even, yo, what's up with this anthem? I have to stand up. And now that the 5-minute has closed bearish here, you can't take a position until you close above this 5-minute, which means if we do close above here, we have a resistance right off the rip right here, which is about 8 pips, 9 pips, 7, 8, 9 pips. It's not worth it, right? Calling it a session. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a session in about 5 minutes. It's pretty dope that you guys are here. I hope you guys are understanding what's being discussed, getting value out of this Sunday session. When we have positions, we'll take them, right? Well, it seems like we haven't had a Sunday position. We had the makeup session, right, that we made up on a Wednesday, London. That was our only unfiltered position. Just got back from Mother's Day dinner, booing in the waiting room. Oh, you should have said something earlier. I would have let you in. But I'm gonna call it a session as well. It's Mother's Day, and I got here late. I ran home. I drove home from my mother's house.
Speeding.
Yeah, well, I was trying to make it here in time. I got here like right at 8 on the dot, and then I left my kids there. So when I get out of here right now, when I call it a session, I'm gonna hop in the car. I'm gonna go pick up my girl. I'm gonna go pick up my kids, and then I'm gonna drive back home because they're all still out, right?
I see.
Yeah, hopefully the kids fall asleep in the car or something. But we're coming back down. This would be really nice if this is the daily top wick. We never broke yesterday's high. Well, look at that. They're calling me already. They know I end the stream at 10. Yeah, so London doesn't usually swoop the lows, but because we have the pullback session here very often, you'll have either New York or London drive after grabbing liquidity in Asian. And if we don't break the previous daily high, I'm going to look for a flip and to continue down. But if we do break the previous daily high at 2022.63, then you can hop down to the small time frame and try to fill this entire range. This is pretty clean. It's 180 pips. This hourly range. It's 180 pips on the hourly, right? And then below here, we have range either way, wherever we end up going, right? 200 pips this way, so damn near 200 pips for buys or sells. Irrelevant which way we go, it's just all you got to do is go that way. Let's just go there. So this is a good way to avoid positions, not take positions. But like if we know price needs to come back to break the previous hourly, break the previous 4-hour low, probability dictates that it's going to do that most of the time. So 2011.8, once it gets there, doesn't mean it's going to flip back up, and it doesn't mean it's going to continue down, but whichever way it goes after that should be your your direction, right? And closure outside the range is an indication of volume. So you get indication of volume and a sense of direction. You're good to go. I'm gonna call it a stream. These levels are valid. I'm gonna keep these levels, and what I'll do is I'll hop online at around 12:30, 12:45 to see if anything's setting up for pre-London. If it is, I'm gonna let you guys know in the Discord that I'm looking for something here, or pay attention, something. I'll see. If not, then by 1 a.m. I'll be not, if there's nothing coming up. All right. But that's our session. I think I'm gonna call it here, guys. Appreciate everyone for
Well,
coming
thank
through.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome, everyone. I hope to continue seeing you on here. Hopefully, we'll start getting some more positions. Other than that, I'll be on tomorrow evening. I'm gonna make this live. I'm gonna make this public for everyone so people can see what we did here today, range, the conversation, all that. But so you guys can rewind whatever we discussed here. But I'll be on tomorrow 6:30 a.m. Eastern with Don and 8 p.m. for the Asian session as always. And I hope to see you guys there. Right.
Nice one. Cheers.
I'm gonna go pick up my kids. Later, everybody. Have a good night.
Goodbye.
See you guys later. Bye bye.
Later.